She was once a princess of the demon sect, but now disguised herself as a mortal and slipped into an adventurer's party, even managing to snatch away the affection of a wealthy lady's husband. The man, however, had seen through her act from the very beginning, yet chose to remain silent. He was simply waiting for the princess to reveal her true identity, so he could expose her and bring everything to an end. Before long, the party entered the dungeon known as the Valley of 10,000 Souls. The rules were simple. Only those who reached the innermost layer and defeated the dungeon boss would qualify for the final raid battle. At this point, Liu Nian turned to glance at the princess with a sly, confident smile. He knew very well that because the dungeon was guarded by celestial soldiers, she could not act recklessly until they reached the deepest level. Along the way, the princess maintained her disguise flawlessly. She used her role as a mage to help the team defeat smaller monsters, slowly earning everyone's trust. But as soon as the squad reached the boss chamber, her mask came off. With a sinister laugh, she unleashed the Dark Domain, trapping the group inside her formation. In a single strike, she blasted everyone back, nearly wiping them out instantly. Faced with her overwhelming power, Liu Nian was already prepared. He summoned the eightfold defense barrier, protecting several girls inside it from her onslaught. When he was about to face her alone, Feng Qiu tried to step forward and fight by his side, but Liu Nian stopped her firmly. From her last attack, it's clear, if you go out there, you'll only drag me down. Stay inside the barrier. At the very least, you'll be safe until I return. Hearing this, Feng Qiu's eyes filled with tears. In front of everyone, she swore, if you survive and come back, I will become your true wife. Liu Nian chuckled lightly, then stepped out of the shield to confront the princess head-on. Neither of them realized that high above, hidden in the shadows, the celestial god Nezha, third prince, was watching the entire scene unfold. He saw Liu Nian summon his shadow clones and launch a relentless assault, but everyone knew that, without a proper class advancement, Liu Nian's skills could only reach level 4. Far too weak to harm someone like the princess. Even Nezha smirked. A mere wanderer, daring to challenge a level 20 demon? Laughable. Yet the very next moment, Nezha's smile froze. With a sudden burst, the princess was sent flying by Liu Nian's attack. This shocking scene rattled Feng Qiu's heart, and even her two close friends looked at Liu Nian in a new light, openly declaring they wouldn't mind bearing his children. But victory wasn't so simple. After all, the princess was still a level 20 demon. Rising to her feet, she wiped the blood from her lips, her body now radiating an intense purple aura. In the next instant, she unleashed her ultimate technique, Violet Abyss Spirit Beast, and hurled it directly at Liu Nian with devastating speed. Though he attempted to escape using his flying treasure, the Serpent Strike carried a homing curse that locked onto him. With no other choice, he devised a desperate plan. Exposing himself as bait, he clung tightly to the princess, forcing her to share the target of her own attack. In an instant, her devastating strike rebounded, leaving her battered by her own power. With that, the crisis of the Valley of 10,000 Souls finally came to an end. Overcome with relief, Feng Qiu rushed forward and kissed Liu Nian in front of everyone, stirring both admiration and jealousy among her friends. But before the group could recover, a sharp clap echoed across the chamber. From above descended the celestial warrior, Nezha, third prince, who had been secretly observing the battle all along. Nezha's purpose was clear. He had recognized Liu Nian's extraordinary potential and wanted to recruit him as a disciple. Yet just as he made his offer, the venom inside Liu Nian surged again, sending him collapsing to the ground. In panic, Feng Qiu fell to her knees, begging Nezha to intervene. With a faint smile, Nezha explained, the deeper poison within his body I can cleanse, but the surface toxin you must handle yourselves, and the method required is unusual. You will need to channel your inner energy together and focus it upon his wound. The three women blushed at his words, for Liu Nian had been bitten in a most awkward place. Still, with his life slipping away, they swallowed their embarrassment and prepared to follow Nezha's instructions. Just as they were about to begin, a golden radiance suddenly flashed across the battlefield. A shining staff appeared, and with it came the revelation. Liu Nian's body was indeed a rare cultivation vessel, a priceless gift for dual cultivation. Following Nezha's guidance, the women's efforts proved effective. Liu Nian slowly regained consciousness, and Nezha himself gave him a celestial pill that purged the last of the serpent's venom. Satisfied, Nezha did not linger. Before departing, he casually tossed Liu Nian a sacred golden brick as a token of their bond. With a wave of his hand, he also placed a lotus-shaped mark upon the very wound where the serpent had struck, saying, if anyone dares trouble you, show them this seal. They will know whose protection you carry. Liu Nian could only smile awkwardly. After all, what sort of dignity was left when such a mark had been stamped there of all places?